Welcome to All Gen Gamers, a podcast for people in video games of all generations. Starring Pete Dorr, Happy Console Gamer, Gamester81, and Jason Heine.
Hey guys, welcome back to episode 30. I can't believe it's episode 30 of All Gen Gamers. What were you going to say there, Jason? You were going to say something?
I was celebrating.
Oh, that was a celebration, was it?
It was exciting.
I'm with you. And we are joined by Pete's Game Room, Pete Dorr. How are you doing, Pete?
I'm doing fine.
And we're also joined by the EMU Review, Jason Heine.
Well, hello there, folks.
Hey, how you doing, Jason?
Doing good.
And we're joined by Gamester81.
What up, dog?
Also known as John.
What up, dog? What's going on?
Woof. Woof, woof.
What up, John?
Yeah.
John, what up?
We're in the dog park. We're meeting some women.
Exactly.
That's where you meet women, folks, in the dog park. But anyways, we're back. I just can't believe it's episode 30, being honest here. It's amazing. 30 episodes have flown by. Again, thank you, Jason, for doing all the editing.
Hey, all in a day's work.
Great job, Jason. You've definitely brought this podcast to the next level, and we all appreciate it. So,
yeah.
It's a wonderful thing.
It's kind of funny. Isn't it funny, guys, when we started, I never thought we'd actually get to episode 30. I think none of us really had a plan. We just thought, let's do a podcast because we like talking about video games. And we never had a goal in mind or anything like that. It's like, let's just all get together and maybe some other people would like to listen to it. And I'm amazed it's at 30. It's pretty cool.
It's gone by really quick. It's been a lot of fun.
We say it every episode. It's like, oh, wow, we're on 25. Wow, 26? Oh, 28? Wow, we're at 30. Pretty soon we're going to be like 153? What?
Pete's more enthusiastic than ever before. He's like, yeah, episode 30. Wow.
Hey,
Wow, that's crazy.
Blown away. Totally. I have to change my pants. Oh, you actually, Pete has to say, it's fucking episode 30.
Yeah, it's episode 30.
That's the highlight of the podcast for me.
People love it when Pete drops the F-bomb. That's so funny.
I love it, too.
What's even greater there is he called me a fuck.
Yeah.
He called me a fuck.
And he said it in a way, like, this is what we're referring to last episode, but he said it in a way where, like, he actually, was seriously pissed.
He was very upset with me for having that factory sealed water
He's like,
world.
you fuck.
Nobody knows how angry Pete gets at us when the mic's turned off. He's F-bombs are going left, right, and center. He's nuts.
Seriously, think he has
then the microphone starts and he's like all calm. And as soon as we stop recording, he's like, "Fuck you, Jason. Fuck you, John."
You know what it is? He's like the doctor that you go to, and you walk in. The doctor comes in. Doctor's like, "Hello, how are you doing today? All right, let's take a look at that knee. All right, looks good. Have a nice day." Then when you leave, the doctor's like, "Fucking hate that patient. If I never see him again, I'll be totally happy." What a prick.
I'm gonna ram something up his ass next time.
I don't know what kind of doctor you see, Johnny, but...
Well, I'm getting older now, so I have to start taking those tests.
And walkers, wheelchairs.
Nice.
Oh, Christ. So, we're actually here to talk about plants, right?
This is, we're no longer talking about video games. We're talking about plants.
Plants, and
I just picked up
photosynthesis. It's very interesting stuff.
Yeah,
I
picked up some tulips the other day. They turned out really nice, and
Got to watch out because depending on the season, there are two different types of grass. There are summer and there's winter grass.
well, there's the Bermuda grass. That's just a type of grass,
And then there's astroturf.
yeah,
Astroturf.
Astroturf.
Astroturf. But the football players all like to play on, right?
So no, before we get going though, guys, I need to know. I know Pete, you picked up Marvel vs. Capcom 3, right?
Yes.
And Johnny, did you pick it up?
I did not, but I have played it quite a lot the last couple of days.
I need to know you guys' impressions of the game. I haven't played it yet. I've been meaning to pick it up. I'm going to pick it up soon. I know it came out today as of recording this episode. So, Pete, Johnny, what are your thoughts?
Didn't aggravate me as much as I thought it would. As people may not know, I'm not a huge fighting game fan, especially Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which I only played back on the Dreamcast. I haven't played that game in years. My whole thing with Street Fighter 4, where I sold that game because it was just totally not for me. But I did buy this anyway. Received it just a few hours ago from UPS. I played through the single player, got pretty aggravated on the final boss, which I won't spoil who it is, but it was pretty damn annoying. Took me quite a few tries to beat him. Single player is kind of, I don't know, there's not much substance to it. Really, the story, there's really no story. You beat the game, you beat the game and then you get a story for one of the characters depending upon who gets the final hit, and they give you 2 little pictures and a little tiny bit of story. But no, it's the single player. You don't buy this game for that, honestly. You're gonna buy it for the online. So I hopped online and I set up a lobby. I was streaming the game, so I told some people from the chat to come on in and play with me. I told them noobs only because I didn't know what that. Well, the first thing I did when I jumped on the game,
Noobs only.
Fucking noobs.
I love it.
I went in the training mode to try to get myself accustomed to the way the game plays. It's all about the aerial combos. So I was like, okay, I kind of got the aerial combos down in training mode and stuff. And you go online, it's totally different. It's so freaking hard to pull off a air combo. And I mean, I guess the good thing is I didn't get my ass kicked online as much as I thought I would. I actually, when I quit for the night, I had I had 2 wins in the random quick match, and then I was 15-2 when I was done with my lobby online from the people I was playing with in there. And the stupid thing about online lobbies, unlike Street Fighter 4, you can't spectate a match. They actually make you sit there waiting, staring at health bars until, it's sort of like King of the Hill. So, the person that wins keeps playing, the other people come in and try and beat you until you lose. But if you're one of the guys that keeps losing, I kind of feel bad because if you're in a room with quite a few people, holds up to 8, you're just going to be sit there stuck looking at the life bars. They don't let you spectate right now. So luckily there wasn't too much lag online. There were a few matches where it was a little bit kind of janky, but for the most part, it was definitely playable. And I had some fun with it. My main favorite character right now is Amaterasu, or Amy from Okami. That's the person I use on, or the thing, it's actually a wolf, that I use on every one of my teams so far. She's very versatile, very complex player because there's 3 different fighting stances with her. Overall, the graphics are pretty flashy. I have to say this game is unbelievable to look at. Like, it's so over the top.
It's really nice.
The combos are just, when you do like one of those triple combos where 3 of the characters come out and do their specials at once, it's so freaking insane. And when you do pull off aerial combo and you kind of combo out to your other characters, it just feels so cool because it's like, damn, that looked like it was freaking crazy, even though it didn't really take too much effort. And I also do want to mention that there is a simple mode as opposed to a normal mode, where from what I understand, I've been using normal. That's where you do the normal button inputs for your combos, whereas in simple mode, they tie like all your specials to a single button press. I don't know what the disadvantages are. So what they also let you do is they let you use the simple mode online against people that use the normal mode. So I'm sure some people are mad about that, but I don't know what the disadvantages are of simple mode. So I played it for like 3.5 hours today, and I have to say I had some fun with it. I am not sure what my feelings will be on this game next week when I let you guys know, because I tend to either get very bored of fighting games fast or I get aggravated. But right now it's pretty fun where I'm on the same kind of level as everybody else. It might turn out to be my next Blaze Blue, which I actually love that game online, or it might turn out to be my next Street Fighter, which I kind of despised.
Hey, Pete, what character did you play as?
Well, they let you pick 3. The character I mentioned before, the character that I pick every time for my team is always Amaterasu from Okami. The other characters I'm kind of playing around with right now are Zero and who else? Tronbon. She's pretty decent. Dante, Deadpool, even though Deadpool is kind of annoying to listen to all the time.
Hey Pete, who's the chick that's like half naked with the tail?
The cat girl?
Yeah, who's that?
From Darkstalkers?
From Darkstalkers?
I forget her name. I've been using her too, actually.
Felicia or Morrigan?
Oh, Felicia, yeah.
Yeah, Felicia. I'm kind of thinking I'd like to meet her mother.
I said, pardon?
She's looking good in the game. Not gonna lie.
He's not gonna lie.
Big old blue hair, whatever.
It's like the new Mortal Kombat, like Katana. They're all like pretty hot. The chicks.
Yeah, there's a lot of skin out there, kids. A lot of skin.
So
overall, you liked it, eh?
Pete, overall, it sounds like you like it. First impression.
So far, as first impressions, I like it, probably because I didn't get my ass kicked online. But I'm sure next week when I go, 5-30, I'll have some different impressions for you guys.
Be a little different.
Yes.
You guys playing? John, Jason?
No, I haven't played
not
it yet. No.
I got the invite on Facebook down to Game Deals because they actually were having like a little championship game type of thing, a little tournament going on because they got a copy early, so they were playing on Sunday. So I went down there and I met one of the guests we had on the show, Barudi, was there. So he was really hyped up. He's like, oh man. He's like, I got to do this, man. I got to do this. And there was probably about 25 guys that showed up to do it. And so I didn't do it myself. everybody played it. The guys who actually won had a copy of the game already, so they'd been practicing already. So, anyways, they won. I got to play it afterwards. I sat down with everybody afterwards and played it. I'll be honest with you, I don't like the Versus series. I never have. I think it's a little bit of fun. It's like it's something I don't mind doing for 10 to 15 minutes, but I'm done after that. And the fan service is fantastic in the game. Characters, animation, everything is stellar. It's excellent. I love the ghouls and ghosts background. I love Arthur. I love Metro City's background from Final Fight. So much great fan service by Capcom. Is it a button masher? Yeah, but you can get good at it. Sure, there's a lot of people online right now that are just supposedly fantastic. But it's not my kind of game. I get really bored of the insanity of it. I think it looks great though. It kind of I don't know. I get bored of it. Anyways, I walk into work today, and guess what's sitting there on the like Xbox or whatever? It's the PS3 actually. Is Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It's sitting there. I'm like, so we all actually played it on our first lunch break, and everybody agreed. Well, that was fun. Let's go back to playing Street Fighter 4. Like everybody kind of got it out of their system, and then I don't know. But for anybody who's out there who loves it, I understand. I got some friends of mine that really like the series. It's not for me. How Jason? What do you think of it? Do you like this series?
Yeah, I like the series, and I agree with you. I think the game looks incredible. Well, Pete, you were streaming it today, so I had a chance to watch it there, and I couldn't believe how amazing it looked. And even over stream, even that's kind of laggy and choppy at times. The thing that really stood out to me were the animations. I just can't believe the detail, the animation, all the stuff that's happening, and the thing is silky smooth. The game really is.
The special attacks, like just how insane and over the top they are.
Yeah, exactly. I like the camera angle, how it zooms in and out, and it's very dynamic. I noticed that, and I did enjoy the music too. I like the music in the game too. But you know what? To be honest, I haven't really been a huge fan of the series. Mm-hmm. While growing up, there were other fighters that I was into more. Not saying that I favor one over the other. I think they all do their own thing. They all bring certain things to the table in the fighting genre. But I do like this game, and I'm interested. I think I might pick it up. I kind of want it used, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll buy it for $20.
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely. 50 or 60, not so much, but
no way.
20 or 25, I'll get it then. So I may have to wait a little while, and by that time I'll get my ass handed to me online. But either way, I think it's a game that I definitely want to get. So yeah. I like it.
I'm just excited about all the buzz for it, and the fighting genre itself is coming back. I mean, 5 years ago, fighting was kind of dead in gaming.
Yeah, it was.
There was a time, yeah.
Before Super Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 4 came out.
Street Fighter 4,
it was all, there was kind of a dead time in fighting, and I'm really glad that Capcom came back and making people excited about it, because it is a great genre. There's a lot of great games out there. I was actually, one of the games I was playing this week was on the Saturn. It was X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Yeah,
I was playing that
one
and that was actually, it's a fun series. It's never ported to the Saturn here in the States or North America, unfortunately. It was only on the Japanese Saturn. It was ported to the PS1, but the PS1's version is like, it's very laggy, and
it was missing frames of animation.
Yeah, and you can do the tag feature, which is like, that's a kind of a very important part of the game.
Yeah, that it kind of is.
You know, but no, I'm a big fan of I'm kind of opposite of Johnny, I guess. I'm a big fan of the Versus series. I actually like it. Big fan of Marvel itself, reading the comics growing up, and
I like the one-on-one fighting game. I don't like the chaos of it. I think the chaos frustrates me at times.
Yeah.
I like a more like a slowed down fighter where there's a little bit. I'm not going to say there's not as much thinking, but it's a different kind of thinking. Yeah. I think that's about right. So,
Pete, out of the choices of character, how many characters can you play in this game? Choose from.
What is it, Johnny? I think it's like 30 right now, at 32.
You know what? We knew somebody was talking about it at Game Deals the other day.
Is Mega Man one of them?
Somebody's like, you know what? There's not enough characters in this game. I'm like, are you serious? And somebody said how many there was, and I'm like, that's more than enough. I can't remember now.
They have Zero, and they have Tron, but you know what they're gonna do? They know everybody wants Mega Man, so they're gonna release them as DLC and make people pay for them.
Sure. Or they'll release Super Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or some bullshit, buy a whole disc for it,
Supposedly every 2 weeks they're going to come out with DLC for the game, so they'll be making some money.
And in the fighting places in general, the background is all pretty cool looking too.
Yeah, they look really good.
The backgrounds are excellent. Yeah. But if I was to really actually nitpick, there's not enough backgrounds, because the backgrounds they have are Oh, they're so good. They actually have Cadillac's Island from what was it, Mega Man Legends in the background, and it's just so cool.
I think you nailed it.
Like,
Fan service, really. They're just really
so much
catering, you know.
Another really cool thing is no matter which character you're using, like you can be using freaking the Hulk, and no matter which characters you have on your team, when you call them in to, tag them in or whatever, they'll say the name of the character, and all the characters do that. So like
cool.
if you're using, Dr. Doom, any character you pull out, he'll say the name. Same for everybody else. It's pretty cool.
Jigglypuff!
At least from what I've noticed.
Jigglypuff.
Cool.
Well, there's some other news that has happened.
And what's that?
Yes, big news.
Big news. Duke Nukem Forever. Recently, we already know it's been announced. There's been a GameStop exclusive. The Balls of Steel edition.
So are you gonna...
It almost sounds like that's a joke.
Yeah, it really is. And all I got to say about it is this.
Balls of Steel.
No, but
Is it really exclusive to GameStop only?
From what I understand, yeah. And actually, we have had an audio question coming about this. So let's go ahead and just get to that real quick.
Hey, All-Gen Gamers, this is Azo Monies here, a longtime follower of the podcast, love your work. Just had a quick question specifically for Jason, but also for everyone. So today I saw that it was announced that a collector's edition of Duke Nukem Forever, the Balls of Steel edition, is going to be released for $100. You get a whole bunch of sweet extras, including a bust of Duke himself, which is extremely sexy, but it's a GameStop exclusive. So, Jason, what are you going to do?
Well, it's a dilemma.
Jason, what are you going to do?
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. Don't tell me what to do.
I'm telling you what
I was
to do,
asking
fool.
you what you're going to do. I wasn't telling you.
Well, there's a lot going on here. First of all, we're talking about GameStop. We're talking about Duke Nukem. We're talking about exclusive content. We're talking about it's $100. And we're talking about that I want it on multi-platforms. Because guess what? I want it on PC. And I want it on Xbox 360. So I have a lot to deal with here.
Oh my God.
So what I'm going to do, and this pisses me off. Same thing happened with Black Ops. I wanted that damn RC car. I still don't have it. But what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to buy Duke on 360 and on PC. But I'm going to pick one of them. I'm going to do the Balls of Steel edition. Because all the exclusive content is pretty sweet. They give you a whole bunch of there's like comics, and again the highlight is like this figurine, this bust of Duke, and there's all this other stuff. I wish I would have threw in some bubble gum, but that's just me. So I'm gonna get both, and I'm probably gonna, I don't think it matters either way. If it's through GameStop, I gotta get it through GameStop. I mean, that's what it is. Whatever, I have no choice. Are any of you guys gonna get this edition, or
when's it announced? I'm sorry, when was the date announced?
May 3rd.
This game comes out in May. Yeah, I'll probably pick it up. I'm a big fan of the Duke Nukem series for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds interesting. Although, Jason, just make sure you get day one. Don't wait 2 days.
Yeah,
They'll sell your fucking
no
copy.
shit, right? Yeah, that thing will be out the door before 24 hours, 48 hours.
Yeah, that's what makes me nervous about the whole 3DS release, because I have it reserved, but I'm looking at the dates. It comes out, the 27th? And I might be out of town that week for work.
So when does it get released? March?
So I might be actually out of town that week for work. So I might just have my wife go pick it up. I don't know if I don't know, but that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Sucks.
Pete, are you going to get Duke Nukem Forever, the Balls of Steel edition, or just regular?
Balls of Steel.
I think I will. I don't know. Normally I don't buy collector's editions like this, and it would mean I'd have to go on over to GameStop, which I actually don't really go there that often anymore since I've found Amazon. But I do actually really like all the stuff they're giving, especially the bust. I think that bust is pretty awesome.
The bust is awesome.
Getting ahead from it is good stuff.
Plus, it's just this game it's so. I mean, who would have ever thought that a collector's edition this epic for Duke Nukem Forever would ever be coming out?
Yeah,
so it's almost like a piece of history. We
had, and I'm not talking like a year or two. We had many, many years of hearing about, hoping and wishing and dreaming of a new Duke. You know what I mean? Like, it was been rumored for years,
plus,
and now it's here. So you might as well get it. I don't know.
You have to get it.
You have to get it.
Balls of Steel.
Except for me. I don't think I'm going to get the collector's edition. I think I'll get the main game, I guess.
I think instead of the bust, they should come out with like a Balls of Steel.
Yeah, it's
Like-
actual balls.
Like balls, they're
They're
steel.
steel.
You can
Yeah.
hang in your car window thing.
Yeah, for I don't know what for, but it'd be really cool to have.
That's cool.
Shit.
Cool news.
Yeah, good news.
Now, John, isn't there some other news?
Oh, yes, there is other news. Kind of a follow up to our previous podcast that we had about Stadium events. And this, I guess the seller, we were all wondering what the seller would do with Stadium events. Well, apparently he's selling it back on eBay. And he got it all graded and, it's 75 out of 100. And get this, guys. Guess how much to buy it now is for? $500,000, $500,000. Can you believe
Guy's
that
out
shit?
of his
Crazy.
mind.
Yeah, out of his mind.
And dude, his minimum bid that he wants, he's asking for is 41,000. But the cool thing is though, he put on his description. In fact, Jason, can you pull up the
Yeah.
thing real quick?
Yeah.
He actually mentions their podcast in it.
He did?
Wait,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
What?
He
No.
didn't say all Gen
Let me see
Gamers,
this.
but he's like, you may have heard of this game from a recent podcast.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
What the fuck?
That's
How
pretty
does he-
amazing.
Hell yeah.
How did he know?
Huh? I don't know.
He's probably a listener, so we want to
I
say
guess you-
hi.
It's funny. Too bad he didn't reply to our topic on the forums. What would you do with Stadium events if you had it? Oh, it's
All right, here it is. I have the listing. I'm going to read it verbatim here.
Verbatim.
Here it is in the
Do it.
description from
Do
this.
it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you for the first time ever Stadium Events NTSC for the NES. Sealed, never opened, and VGA graded. For those of you who may have stumbled upon this listing from another website, podcast, or news blog, let me take a moment and explain the significance of this game. And then he goes into...
Aw. Could be any random.
That's kind of indirect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what other podcasts have talked about stadium events recently?
I'm sure there were others. Not had the seller on, but I'm sure there were others that mentioned that.
Mentioned.
Well, you
It
get
was
that.
up
You
for
get
sale.
that on All Gen Gamers. You get the sellers.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. Give me this guy's contact. I'm getting him on.
Are you?
Maybe.
Sure, you know what?
You
Try
know,
to
I
do
have the
that.
magic touch. I can.
Yeah, knock on some wood though. That'd be so funny to get him on.
Yeah, but he's probably just going to end up being some guy that's just a reseller that's not even into video games.
He's like, I am not into all gen gamers. I'm into
Anybody that
$40,000.
Anybody that invests $22,000 into stadium events and then just right away goes ahead and tries to resell it for double the amount. I don't know. They just seem to me. It seems like he's just a
It's pretty sketch.
yeah.
Oh,
Let me check
I
his
don't know.
feedback
You know,
here.
the thing is,
See what this guy's
in a way,
into.
it's a smart thing. He probably knows it isn't going to sell, but hey, why not put it up for double what you bought it and you hold on to it as a collector's
Oh,
piece?
I don't disagree with that.
It
But
cheats me.
let's see. This guy's bought some Deus Ex. He's bought.
But here's the thing with
Stadium
eBay. I
events
mean, you
there.
guys know. You never know. I mean, he throws it up for 500,000. Buy it now. What happens if somebody bought it? Then that was a pretty good move, wasn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
You,
I
I
think
think
you
no one
just
ever
never
will
know.
buy it
You
for
just
that
never
much.
know. You just never know.
That's too much. Well, he did
Nobody
buy
would
13 NES boxes for $150. So he might be a collector.
Yeah, you never know.
Dude, reach out to him, Jason.
I will.
Do your little magic. Do your work.
I will. I'll reach out. Let's see what's up. Good news.
Yeah, that is interesting.
That's
I
interesting.
We're always wondering what the guy would do with it, and obviously he's not holding on to it. He's trying to.
Yeah,
Make
trying
some
to make
cha-ching.
some money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like
Sure.
41,000. I mean, he's almost doubling what he paid for it, right there off the
Yeah.
bat. So interesting news.
For sure.
Nice. So, we were just going to do some questions today, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's line up the audio questions then.
Hello, Gen Gamers. This is Spinks00. I think every collector has that one dear system that they're only willing to seek out and mint complete copies of games for. I was wondering, for each of you lads, what is that system?
Well, I guess I'll go first. It's kind of interesting for me because I've always been sort of like, okay, this system I can deal with buying loose games. I don't mind if I don't have the box. I don't mind if I don't have the instructions. For the most part, all the systems I have, I've kind of always wanted a box complete. Obviously, disc systems like PS1, PS2, Dreamcast, stuff like that definitely need the case and the instructions. But for me, I didn't used to care too much about, Super Nintendo games. I didn't mind if they were loose, or Genesis games I didn't mind too much. But lately, I don't know what it is, but anytime I go and I want to get a Super Nintendo game lately, it has to be boxed and complete. I don't know what it is.
Boxed.
I've started buying some more, and they just, I don't know. I guess it's the artwork or just the fact that I'm starting to get a decent little Super Nintendo collection of boxed games, but I simply cannot buy loose Super Nintendo games anymore. Like, and the problem with Super Nintendo is if you go from a cart to a complete, it's so freaking expensive, so much more so than the Genesis. It raises their value like so much.
I know. We spent a lot of time looking on eBay, especially some of those box Super Nintendo games now. Like, I'm really getting anal. Like, I'm like, I won't, if there's like a crease on it, and there's no way. If I'm going to spend the money, it has to be pristine.
Exactly. Yeah, because I've been looking for like Soul Blazer. I know you've been looking too for that.
Oh my God, I was just thinking about that when I was talking. That's so funny because that's exactly oh man, now everybody's gonna go.
I'm sure me and you were probably on there looking at the same copies, and there was one poster recently for a decent price, but it had like a price sticker and it was kind of dented up.
Yeah,
I'm like,
stuff like that.
I'm gonna
totally
spend the money. I want a good one. Yeah,
I want Soul Blazer so bad. That's a game from my childhood. I want back.
What was the self-read loose Soul Blazers?
Anywhere
Loose?
between 25 and 35.
And what's box? Like, what's the difference?
Box. I'm trying to get mine as cheap as possible, but they seem to send it between $60 and like $90.
See, that's huge.
I'd say, honestly, I think it's like getting into the $100 range for that game now.
Shh, don't give these sellers ideas, Johnny. We need it as cheap as possible.
I agree. I wish you didn't mention Soul Blazer. Now everybody's going to be like scoping up.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I think part of the
Watch
reason...
this. My subscription box is going to be full of, hey, guess what I just picked up? Soul Blazer.
Yeah, I think one of the easiest systems to collect for in games and boxes is probably the Genesis because they're in those hard clamshell cases and they stand the test of time over the years. Although later on,
and sorry, John, in the Master System.
In the Master System, absolutely. But later on in the Genesis, they came out with those cardboard flimsy cases, and those are a bit more harder to find. But okay, cool, Pete. So Super Nintendo's your choice?
Yes.
I'd probably have to agree. Super Nintendo myself as well.
Yeah,
it's harder to find them. Yeah, for sure. Even old school, like whenever I come across like an old school NES in box, I always like that up too. Even though if I have the game already, it's nice to have the box and instructions and all that good stuff. So, Jason?
Well, most of you know I've been going through a phase here. I've been taking all my loose games and putting them in universal game cases and downloading the art from thecoverproject.net and putting them all together because if the game's loose, it has to be in a case. It has to have its original artwork. And so I'm going through my entire collection. It's going to take me years to do, but I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I agree with you guys. And there's such a big difference on Super Nintendo having just the cart and then the box. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Same thing with like 64. I love having the boxes to that. And even like Game Boy Advance and even like DS, they're just like, they're so small. They have to be in a case. But I think what I would pick here, any game that is disc based, it has to be in a case. Oh, and God, it has to have its artwork. And it doesn't have to. But like, if it doesn't have the manual and the case is in foul condition, I won't buy it. Like the manual is almost a make or break on some of that. But here's the thing: like, even if I've gone to like say Bookman's or like used places or whatever, and there's like a 360 game or a PS2, PS3 game, whatever, right? And it's in like a Blockbuster case or a GameStop case. You know what I mean? I won't buy it. I won't buy it, even if the disc is perfect. It has to be the original case, the original artwork. I don't know. That really gets me. So anything disc based, especially like the DVD style cases, you know what I mean? The big ones, those have to be with the original artwork and manual for me.
Good point. And I know I'm going to think of another system. I know Pete's going to agree with me on this one is the 3DO.
Oh, yeah.
Those long boxes, the cardboard boxes that go outside
gotta have those.
You gotta have those too.
That's what got me into that system originally. I was in love with the boxes for that damn system. I don't know what it is. They're so long and I had to have them.
That sounded so bad.
I know.
How about that?
I gotta say, I need any game has to be boxed. I can't even think about it. It kind of like hearing about that. I know, Jason. Like getting a game and is in a Blockbuster case is like my nightmare.
Yeah, it's like
I just can't do it. I never could do it, even back in the day. There's no way. There's a couple of cartridges that I own and stuff like that, but that's from my childhood. And if I want a game now, I could go on eBay. You just go on with Pete, pay too much money, and now we're competing. We're competing for Soul Blazer. You can win.
There's gonna be two bidders on that game. You guys are gonna be battling it out.
I have the game loose, but you guys don't want the loose copy.
No way.
I had it from original one.
Yeah,
I might have the box somewhere to throw away. I didn't throw away boxes. I might have this box actually stowed somewhere in my house because
Do you
growing up,
really?
I always kept the boxes. I moved a number of times. I don't know where they are, but I'm sure there's.
That's
somewhere.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like NES games boxed or like it's funny. I'm not knocking anybody's collection in any regard, but it's funny. Like the Angry Video Game Nerd has every NES game ever made, but they're all just loose. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool, but I'd be really impressed with boxed.
Yeah,
Have
because
you guys
that's
ever
a lot of
seen-
work. That's dedication.
I was just about to say that. See, that's something that's impressive. Have any of you guys ever seen anybody's collection that had all NES games boxed?
Star Soldier 1, right?
No.
He has a lot of boxed ones.
He is a lot, but he doesn't. I'm talking like imagine a
Pat, the
complete
NES
collection of.
He has got a lot of boxes. I think he's got almost every one box too.
No,
I'm pretty sure Penguin Nintendo Age has a lot of complete NES games as well.
that's impressive. I'm in awe of somebody who has something like that. That's like
Yeah, I've never seen it.
like having a complete Genesis collection is great, but an NES collection that is something I bow to.
Jason,
That's like wow.
we got to hit up this Atari 2600 guy's place, dude.
I ain't even talking
He's
about
got. I'm telling you, you go to this guy's place. He's got wall to wall box NES games. And
Well-
I'm like, holy shit! And then he had like maybe 10 NES boxed Rob NES bundles.
But he's a seller, right? Is that his
Yeah,
collection?
he's a
or is
seller.
that
It's
to
what he
sell?
does for a living. He sells his stuff on his Atari2600.com.
it. Well, John, you're pissing me off recently.
I know.
I'm gonna call you out now. You pissing Johnny off last time. You pissing me off. He said, "Let's
Pissing
go,
everybody
let's go,
off.
Jason. Let's go, and the fucker goes without me.
Dude, it's hell early in the
What?
morning.
Then he fucking.
Oh, that is
and then
so
I'm sitting.
Gamester to
Here's
do,
what I'm
too.
doing. Here's what I'm doing. I'm fucking sitting on my ass, fucking looking on Facebook. What pops up? Oh, look where I went, guys. He's fucking posting 2 or 3 pics. I just went to Atari 2600. Look what I got. I'm like, PM. You fuck you,
Dude,
Fuck
okay,
you.
9 o'clock in the morning. Did you want to wake up? What time do you get up on the weekends?
You went at 9 on a Saturday?
Yeah, it's the only time you could go.
Oh, okay. Well,
Were you up at 9? Because
No.
if you okay,
No.
exactly.
no.
Exactly.
I respect you for that. Then
I didn't want to buy you, man.
that's
but
all good.
We'll get you out there, man. We'll get you out there.
We'll go. I'm just
text
flicking you
Hey,
shit.
did I not text you? I said, hey, Jason, just want to give you a heads up, man.
No, you did. He's respectful. I'm just flicking him shit. But fuck you. You better call me next time.
I will.
All right.
Nice.
We're holding hands in here right now.
Naked.
I don't doubt it. You guys have been hanging out a little too much lately. Something weird's going
All
on.
right, on
over
to the
there.
next question.
Hey guys, thanks for taking the question, and I love the show. I was wondering, did you guys think the YouTube gaming community would catch on as quickly as it did to watching your shows? Or did you think no one was going to watch your videos?
Can I start?
Sure.
Yeah, do it.
Johnny, go ahead.
Yeah, just because did I start before you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
You don't remember I wrote to you and you were like, go for it. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, like it's always a good thing. I think we all have so much to say about this. Is that I know it's getting old me saying it, but I was like, wow, it would be amazing if like 30 or 40 people watch the show, so I could build up. I just wanted to build up a small audience, and I think the goal was 1,000, and I was striving towards that. I thought if I have 1,000 people watching, I'd feel good. And then it was weird though; it was very slow. Everybody thinks, well, where we're all at now with subscribers because we're at quite a few, but it was very slow for that first. Guys, you got to say that, right? It's so slow
Very
going. In
slow.
the
I was excited when I was getting 3 subscribers a day.
It took me
Totally.
like 4 months to get to 100 subscribers, I think.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it though, but I think back then it was a little bit easier. No, I wouldn't say easier. I think there's so many channels now. It's harder to get subscribers, and I feel for a lot of gaming channels now. I feel it's really tough. There's a lot of real genuine people that come on with a lot of great stuff to say, and they don't build an audience. And none of us know how you do that. I don't think anybody knows how you build an audience. I just think just be honest and do what you're doing, right? But what do you guys think? Pete, what do you think of this question?
Well, I mean, when I first came on, I know you had a goal set in mind, but I didn't have a goal. It was like I didn't expect to get above 100 subscribers. So not having a goal, it just sort of like struck me from left field. It was kind of crazy. It started off real slow, but then it just started coming faster and faster, and it was a little too much to take in it sometimes. But it was, I don't know. It's hard to describe. I mean, I've answered this different ways many times before.
Yeah.
it's sure things have changed from when I had 100 subscribers to now almost 50,000. It's, obviously things are going to change the way, the channel goes, but yeah, it was definitely a surprise. And, going off of where you said, Johnny, about all the channels out there now, it's crazy out there. And unfortunately, for some people, hell, they're doing the same thing we're doing, possibly even better, but it's just very hard to start up a new channel.
Well, I think the point is there's a lot of great YouTube gamers out there in the YouTube community. And I feel very fortunate to be where I'm at. I'm very thankful for all my subscribers. But I never, like kind of what Johnny and Pete were going, I never envisioned that I'd go to where I'm at. I didn't really have any goals like Pete. I just kind of I've done it because I really enjoyed talking about video games and and interacting with people. And that hasn't changed since day one. I think a lot of people, I get a lot of personal messages. They're like, hey, John, I'm not getting subscribers, I'm kind of discouraged. And people just don't be discouraged, be honest, be who you are. And, be interactive with other people and people find your channel, but don't ask for shout outs. That's not the right way. I don't think that's the right appropriate way to do it.
No, the thing I recommend to people is try and make friends.
Yeah.
Don't just go on there, make your videos, post them, and then just hope for the best. You got to, start commenting on other people's videos and
get involved in the community. Definitely.
If they enjoy your channel, let them plug it for you. And, I've never, ever said, even when I first started up, I've never said, hey, check out my channel or go subscribe to my channel, guys. Check it out. Never. Not once. And
so I remembered what I wanted to say now. I totally blasted off the top of my head, but when I came onto YouTube at that point, and this is like 3 years ago, maybe a little longer ago, I'm not being funny. I could really count the gaming channels on my both my hands. About 10 channels that there's like Jedi, there was the Angry Video Game Nerd, and quite a few other people. And it was really, it's so funny, the environment we're in now, there's thousands of channels. But when I started my show, it was like there was a niche to fill. I thought, well, I should do some videos about this because there's no videos. There's nobody talking about Phantasy Star. How can that be possible? Nobody talking about Ease. How's that possible? So I still think got in at the right time, but not to be discouraged. And then Pete came in, and Pete was doing some.
Think about a time. People would think I'm crazy to say this, but think about a time on YouTube when there was no such thing as, hey, check out the games I just bought this month or this week, or weekly and monthly updates on stuff you bought. There was no such thing as that back then. Honestly, when I was searching YouTube, I plugged in because I wanted to start up something like that. So I would type in the different phrases, gaming pickups or, games I bought recently, and nothing would come up.
Nothing. And I can attest to that too. That's absolutely true because I remember what was the first video that you did, your first collection video? Wasn't it like your Xbox collection or was it your DS?
I thought it was PlayStation 2.
It's PlayStation 2?
That video was kind of indirect. I didn't go over every game, but yes, I did. The very first video where I did show an entire collection in a video
360
was PS2, but it wasn't like naming everyone. It was sort of just going over some of my favorites. It wasn't entitled My PS2 Collection. The first that was entitled that, I think, was like Xbox. I think you're right.
But it's funny. I remember when you brought that video out and I was watching it, I thought, oh, this is new. Can you believe that? I thought, oh, wow, that's what a really neat thing to do. I thought I wouldn't have thought about doing that. I'm like, cool. And then you did a 360 one, a DS one. And I really got to say that, not that you're the first person ever to show a collection of anything out there, but you were the first person to actually show, a collection of 360 games and such. Now there's thousands of those videos, but there was a time when that wasn't done. And it's funny that we all came in around the same time. Me before you guys, and then you guys kicked in, and then John came in. And I think what stood out about John's channel is he's standing in front of his arcade machine. And he's talking about all these games, and he has all these rare systems. And I was like, wow, this guy's a hardcore collector. And again, that's still about that time. There's about 50 or 60 people on YouTube doing video game shows at that point.
And that's exactly why I got on. I was trying to look up videos and about systems I was looking to buy or wanted to know more about. And I realized there was nothing on there. Nothing. There's nothing over, Funtech Can or nothing on M82 or any of the rare systems, right? So I'm like, okay, well now I need to, and I don't know about you guys, but when I watch my earlier videos, it's like, it's painful for me to watch.
We all have that, don't we? Though, but
Yeah.
you know what? I'll never take them down because I think it's a real testament about like we started honest shows will always be honest shows.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
That would be a funny episode to do one time, is take like one of our early videos and play it back on here so we can just laugh at each other. How bad.
That's brutal. We can laugh at each other.
That's brutal. No editing, and just like,
you said that. Yeah.
But
That's just funny. It's the entire YouTube gaming community has changed, and there was a time when you could count all the people on your hands, but now it's in every second person has a video game channel on YouTube now, and I think I don't want to. I'm saying this in not a bad. I'm not saying this as an insult to anyone. I'm just saying in general. I think the market is just glutted with so many videos that it's very hard to stand out, and I'm actually amazed. I don't know how our videos are seen by. I just don't understand. Like, my average is about like 41. I think 40. It goes up and down between 41 and 47 on an average I get on a day. And I'm always wondering, like, where are these people coming from? But it's quite consistent, and you guys get that too. But I'm just saying, like, as a hint for anybody out there. I don't know. I don't know if there's no winning formula. What do you think, Pete?
Don't do any more unboxing videos. Please just do reviews. And if you're gonna do an unboxing, make sure it's a collector's edition. But yeah, the best advice in terms of, I don't know, just tag your videos correctly. I know, Johnny, when you started, you tagged your videos. It was bad tagging. You know, if you're gonna make a video on, say, a collection of your games, tag some of the games in your collection, you know, that you talk about a lot. Tagging definitely helps. Good title helps. Yeah, good quality helps. And you know, what can you say? The best thing you can do is, if a new game comes out, try and get that review out as quickly as you can, so that when people search for a review of that game, you know, your video will come up, and hopefully, if you produce some.
But also also make yourself stand out. And I hate to say that, but I'm going to stand behind that. Make yourself stand out from the pack. Make yourself different in some way.
It's so tough though. Like.
No, it isn't. It isn't. It really isn't. I don't. You can even say that too, Jason. I think if somebody came out and said, I don't know, I'm the crazy gamer, and they have some, like, crazy way they do something. Maybe they always come. I'm just talking off the top of my.
You just reminded me of someone. I don't remember his name, but it's some. I forget his name, but he does video reviews of games I've seen, and he's like off the wall, like batshit crazy. Like, he's screaming at the camera, like, "This is my review for Super Mario Galaxy!" And it's like,
I think you know that guy.
And I'm like, what the hell is this? And I'm like, okay, he's kind of different, and he has an audience. So hey, if you want to do stuff like that,
make yourself stand out. Don't just be another way. It's I always say just get in front of your camera, just do something. I believe that for sure. But I also, because the market has become so glutted, really change it up a little bit. Do something fun. Do something that you'd enjoy doing. I tell you, if my show got taken off YouTube tomorrow, I really could come back and do something unique again. I think so. And I think that's all a testament to what you really want to bring to your show. If you want to make it just a webcam show, it will be a webcam show.
Another tip is to make relevant, like, video responses if possible. You know, and I mean relevant. Don't like just do a video response to something that's totally not relevant to the video you're responding to. But that could be good too, to get, to get the word out as well, But be interactive, like Jason said, comment, be interactive. I think Pete mentioned it too. Don't just upload videos and, don't support other people, expecting people not, to support you, so.
Yeah, as long as you're doing something unique and you're passionate about, I mean, you really can't go wrong. And then it's all just fun and games,
Right.
It should be.
And that's what it's about.
Right.
It should be. Like, I remember when I was first doing my videos and nobody was watching them. No, I put out a video, and I remember actually I put out my 1,000th video, and not 1,000 video special, subscriber special, and I remember my girlfriend phoned me from work. She's like, "Oh my God, you've got 30 views," But just do it. I did those videos, and I still do because I enjoy doing them. Do it because you're having fun. Don't do it for ownership. Don't do it for a high subscriber count. Right. Do it for yourself. Like, really,
One of my 500 channels I actually run.
Oh yeah,
it's called. It's the Star Wars one, right? Star Wars 977, and it's probably my least fastest growing. I don't get very little support, but it's probably my most fun. I enjoy doing that video. Those videos the most of any other channel I do.
It's very personal to you,
It's
right?
very personal to me. And, honestly, I could care less if people subscribe to that channel. I'm not, I do because I have fun, like you're saying, and it's very personal to me. So, but yeah, so.
Nice.
Good question.
Good question. I think we killed that one pretty good.
Yeah. Should have hit record. Damn it.
Hi, all gen gamers. This is Sean, aka Diatlas79 on YouTube. My question is, I know that you discussed your favorite looking console and such, but I was wondering, what is your favorite console variant? Now, that can include a clone, or in the case of the NES, the NES2. I was just wondering, sometimes some systems look better than others. That's like the second line of the Super Nintendo. I find that looked a bit better than the first.
Yeah.
And I do like the Dreamcast versus the Dreamcast. I do like the Dreamcast, but the Dreamcast with the built-in screen and such, that's kind of nice looking. So, hand it off to you guys. Thanks.
Good question.
I like that one.
Can I start with this one?
Hit it.
You should, John. You should. It's yours.
Well, he mentioned Dreamcast. That's definitely up there on my list. It's a great, like he mentioned, it's basically a Dreamcast, but I don't want to say portable because it's not technically portable because you have to plug it into the wall. But it has this built-in screen, which is really nice. Very sexy-looking system. I really like the Dyna 2-in-1. I'm not talking about the threesome Dyna, but you guys, have you ever heard of the Dyna 2-in-1? No,
I don't think I have.
Before you.
Okay, it's essentially it's a system that was released over in the UK in the 80s, maybe early 90s. I don't recall, but it's a Coleco, and it's a SG-1000, Sega SG-1000 in one, which is really cool. And the nice thing about it is it has these controllers that are kind of NES-shaped controls, NES-shaped controllers, so you don't get the clunky Coleco telephone-looking controller on it. So it's nice. So that's a really cool variant. Jason, to you.
Man, I've mentioned this before, but I really like all of the Nintendo 64 fantastic color variants that Nintendo did to promote the console as it was slowly dying off. Remember, they made a jungle green one. They boxed it with Donkey Kong 64. They did a purple one. They did a fire one, an orange, a
The
blue.
gold one, Toys R Us one's cool.
The gold one, which is right here. I don't know. I have a thing with that. I love collecting them. I have them all inside Blockbuster rental cases, padded cases, with at least 1 to 2 matching see-through colored controller. So I'm kind of anal when it comes to that. But I would have to agree that the Super NES 2, I love that. Looks good. It's a lot lighter, sexy. Yeah, which is right there.
Yeah, it's very cool looking.
Yeah, we're looking at it. I got it right here. Looks good. So yeah, that'd be mine. Would be the Nintendo 64 fantastic color variants. There's also a Pokemon Nintendo 64, which is really cool too. Not a lot of people know about it or talk about it, but that's a really unique and rare console. And it also, a lot of people, when you see them on eBay, they throw in like a blue or yellow controller. They actually made a Pokemon controller that went with that, and it actually says Pokemon on it. It has a little emblem. I think there's Pikachu on it or something. Yeah. But that's a very cool console.
That reminded me of another one, just real quick, if I can jump in.
Sure, go right ahead.
And I shouldn't probably be mentioning this because I'm actually in the market for one, but it's called Xbox, the original Xbox. They had a Mountain Dew variant. And have you guys seen this? It's like kind of like neon green looking, has a neat Mountain Dew logo on it. And I want to say, I don't know the history behind it, but I want to say reading behind it is it was available through the points that you can collect through Pepsi points and stuff. Yeah. And you can mail it away and get this Xbox, which is really cool and very rare. A very cool variant. And then also the Halo Xboxes, both the original Xbox and the 360 Halo editions are pretty cool too. So
definitely.
Nice.
Johnny.
Easy. TurboGrafx CD-ROM to Turbo Duo. That is all I have to say.
Yes.
Perfect and easy.
You have a Turbo Duo?
Yeah, I absolutely do.
Yeah.
Actually, Luke Moore sent me up from Japan.
Oh, that's right. Is it the white one?
It's the Japanese one.
Yeah. Cool.
Is that the Duo R? I think
the Duo R. Yeah, it's a Duo R.
Yeah. Totally love it. Very fantastic. Cool. It's in my bedroom, actually. It's actually hooked up to the TV in there.
It's on your nightstand.
It kind of is. I actually like it that much. Pete, what is yours?
I had to decide here because there were a few that I really liked, like these Panasonic versions of the 3DO and Sega CDX, but I've decided on, because I just remember getting this thing for Christmas, and that would be the Game Boy Micro. I remember taking that thing out of the box and being like, this is the coolest system ever. Just the way that when you turn the screen on, how sharp the picture is, and just how damn small it is. How the cartridge
I got a couple
just
of them
fits
too.
in
Yeah, I
there.
love that.
It's so shiny and glossy, and it's so sleek. Like that thing is just awesome.
The
I love it.
cartridges are almost the size of the system. I mean, it's
Exactly.
it's crazy how small this thing is, and my big ass fingers, you know, it doesn't have very
Sausage
my sausage hands I have. They don't doesn't have very user friendly to me, but I do have the limited edition one, the Famicom one that they came out.
I
with.
got that too.
Very
Yeah,
cool,
sealed.
very sexy looking system for sure.
I
It's
kept
funny,
I
is
kept
it
mine
jo-
sealed too. That's funny.
That's so funny. What did we all buy them? And
I bought
stick
2 of them.
I-
Yeah.
Yeah. I just had that funny feeling. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to this. I like this.
Yeah, the
I bet it's-
Famicom
I
one.
bet this yeah. That's a lot.
Is that thing worth anything now?
Oh, I'm sure it is. I don't know, like
Is it Pete? Is it worth
Famicom?
anything?
I don't know. I don't really think so because I think so many people bought the Famicom one and kept it sealed. I just got the regular one with the plain old black faceplate. I'm very boring. I love just plain old black.
I really like the variant, the SP variant of the Nintendo Anniversary one.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
That's a really cool one too. It looks like the Nintendo controller. You guys have that?
No,
I don't have that.
honestly,
no.
I'm not a big fan of variants that sort of put on, I guess you can say, decals. I'm more of I'm very plain when it comes to systems. I prefer them to be just one color, preferably black or white or something. I mean, those are cool. I can definitely see why people love them, but I'm not a huge fan of, the NES style SP, and the Famicom one does look pretty cool, but I didn't buy it, so.
What's it going on eBay right now?
I can check.
I'm only seeing the Japanese one.
Hey, just a little side note about the Game Boy Advance SP. I have just a little story about it. So, this is probably 2005, maybe 2004 or 5. Anyway, the Game Boy Advance SP came out, right? And it was out for a while. And Nintendo did a couple different versions of it. And a lot of people may not know this. And it wasn't available for very long because the Nintendo DS was coming out, or it was already out and they were promoting that. And Game Boy Advance was kind of like being thrown by the wayside. But what Nintendo did is they had their original Game Boy Advance SP. It did not have a very bright screen. That was one of the main things that people complained about. It's not bright enough. So what Nintendo did is they released a Game Boy Advance SP2, so to speak, and it had an LED backlit screen with 2 different settings for brightness. Most of you guys, you may or may not know this. And it was available for not very long. I don't know, maybe a year or so in there. And when I heard that, I just flipped out because I knew the DS was, wiping the floor clean. You know what I mean? So I went out and I bought a few of them because they were on sale too. Anyway, but so if you get a Game Boy Advance SP, make sure to look because there's a brightness button on the middle, right in the middle of it. And it will have 2 different settings. And actually, the thing gets brighter than hell at this point. So it's pretty nice. Just a little side note that we're talking about variants. So that the Game Boy Advance SP2 is a really cool variant that I like.
Jason, speaking of which, you said you have a couple.
Yeah, I do.
Are you willing to sell one?
Well, you want one?
Maybe we can negotiate.
Yeah, we would.
Sexually.
We'll talk about it.
I'll give sexual favors.
I have black, blue, and that little like teal color one.
Cool. All right.
How much are they worth? Because I'm trying to search on eBay here, and I guess people just don't know they have the.
No, they don't,
you
and
know,
that's the
variant.
problem. That's the problem is because people on eBay are selling them and they're marketing them as whatever they don't even say. But if you look, you have to find a picture because the only way you can tell is the part number on the Game Boy Advance itself is different. Okay, I don't know the part number off the top of my head. When I was doing the research, I remembered it because I was garage sale hopping and all that. But and then the box itself will actually have a little triangle in the corner that says "Now brighter screen." That's the only way you can tell. And if they don't have a box,
where do you adjust the brightness again?
it's right dead center, dead center, top of the Game Boy, like right below the screen, above the start select. It's at the top.
Because I'm looking at Google Images and I see a couple like that actually.
Yeah, there's a little small gray button. It's so small.
Did the Nintendo one edition have that?
No, it was I think just one brightness.
Okay.
You talking about the micro?
No, I'm talking SP, the SP, the Nintendo edition. There was a SP that was like the controller. And that's the only version I have. So I'll have to look into that, man. It's very tricky. You know?
Definitely. Good information.
Yeah.
Good knowledge for your noggin.
Those Game Boy Advance games are expensive, even secondhand now.
Even at Bookman's, dude, they're still trying to sell them for $15, $20.
I know. That's what I'm saying, dude.
Give it a rest, man.
There's some good games, some gems.
There are.
It's like a portable Super Nintendo, essentially.
Cool. Good question.
Great question. Let's get on to the quick draw.
Quick draw in it.
All right. So the Wales Quick Draw, you guys, I wrote a little intro for it. You guys want to hear it?
Let's do it. Let's hear
Should
it.
we use that to take us into it?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Wales Quick Draw.
I'm speechless.
There
There was
we
like
got everything covered. We got horses,
There's everything in
goats.
Wait, this is like, yeah, that's awesome, man.
gonna call it the animal fuckers. Get crazy.
All gen animals.
Wow. All gen animals. We'll fuck any animal, any generation, any.
We don't discriminate.
We don't discriminate. Okay, so let's get on with the
Let's do
questions.
it. I don't have the computer in front of me, so Jason, I'm
Don't
gonna
tell me what to do.
I'm telling you what to do, motherfucker.
All right. Well, let's bust it out right quick here. I'm going to pass the torch to you first, John. All right.
I'm ready.
So
Let's do
here
it.
we go.
Okay, I got a minute or less. Is that right? Or the
You
wheel
got
goes off.
1 minute or less, or else you're going to hear the sound. That means you're done. All right, here we go. So, question number 1 by Derek Kemp coming out. What is your favorite snack to eat while gaming? John.
Favorite snack to eat while gaming? Shit. I have those gummy fruit snacks. They're pretty good. Get them at Costco, and they're pretty good. That's all I can think of. So, top of my head. Shit. Okay. Johnny, to you.
Chips, Lay's chips, love them. Pete, what about you?
Oh Jesus! I try not to eat messy food while I'm playing games. I'd probably just have to say, I don't know. I've been eating a lot of apples lately while I play games.
He said, "What are you, a fucking horse?"
No, I've been eating a lot of apples. You know, just bring up a freaking paper towel.
Hello, I'm Mr. Ed.
Yeah. That's good, man. He's a healthy.
Yeah, he's
eater.
healthy. He's the healthiest one out of all of us.
Dude,
Shit.
Jason, I can only imagine you got all this shit here. You got red vines in front of me. I'm getting chocolate from his girlfriend, giving me chocolate and shit. You know.
All right, yeah, dude. You know me. I love Ruffles potato chips. They got ridges, sour Skittles, and sour worms, and sour Starburst. I love chocolate, and I love a big fat Pepsi.
And we love you, Jason.
And I love you guys.
Very nice. I will take this one. The next question is from Alex Cosby, and he asks, do you ever put a limit on how obscure the system you buy is, or is it the more obscure the better? And that's got to go to John, first of all.
I don't understand if I understand the question.
Do you need me to spell it out for you?
Please.
Do you ever put a limit on how obscure the system you buy is, or the more obscure the better? Do you like buying obscure systems? How about we say that?
No, I absolutely hate obscure systems. They're rare.
Me too.
I hate rare items, man. They really suck.
I don't like anything rare either. I'm like you.
My quick question to that is yes, I do like obscure systems. And my strategy when I collect obscure systems is get the system first in the game, or if you can get them in lots, that's always good too. But always hard. Typically, it's always harder to find the system than the games in most cases. So, Pete, we'll go to you.
Here's one from Justin Bucci Carlino.
Wait, you got to answer the question.
Yeah, you got to answer the question.
That's the question for crying out loud.
Jesus Christ! Sorry. What was it? Oh,
Obscure system.
There's a whale sound.
Here. I will eventually limit myself. You know, once I have 2-3 tops variants on a system, I think that's kind of enough, with the exception of Nintendo handhelds, because I buy them all. But you know, Atari, like, hey, I'm kind of happy with just, you know, my one wood grain Atari. I don't need this heavy 6er. I don't need all that stuff. I'm kind of, you know, in terms of shelf space, I'm happy with what I got here. So I do kind of put a cap on it myself. What about you, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, you got to put a cap on it somewhere, right? Well, kind of. If it's available, yeah, I'm going to buy it. If it's there, I can't pass it up unless it's some godly amount of money. But yeah, I don't really. I don't know. It's kind of hard to answer for me. But I don't put a cap on it if it's in front of me and it's available. You know what I mean? Like I'm not on actively searching trying to find stuff. But if it's there, if I come across it, yeah, absolutely, I'll pick it up.
Yeah,
so
there's definitely limits. You know, I always purchase my consoles and systems with cash. I never use credit. get yourself in too much trouble that way. For me personally.
Oh, never do that.
Yeah.
No, you know what? The only thing I would say for myself, I would love to buy different versions of the TurboGrafx. I think I have bought all the versions of the
You have a lot.
TurboGrafx.
Yeah, you have the shuttle. I know you have. I saw that
You
shuttle.
get the shuttle too.
Yeah. Cool
You
system.
get everything that I have. I don't have a lot.
You have the Turbo Express.
It's not that. I don't have a Turbo Express. I'm not a big fan.
Do you? I know you're looking for the LT, right?
Yeah, I won't mind it.
Yeah.
I can live without it these days. I said in my video, I'm happy with everything I got. Anyways, I've said my thing. Let's move on to the next question. Fuck you, Whale. It's so funny when Jason's talking. He's got like an hour and a half to
I
talk.
had time in it.
Anybody else talk? The Whale reads this.
I had time.
It's funny.
Okay, I got a question for you guys.
Okay.
We got a gangsta whale up in here now. He's got his gun and everything.
Okay, this is from John Kelly, and he asks, "What is a movie that you would like to see as a video game, i.e., Driving Miss Daisy?" Jason, we'll have you start.
Oh shit. I would like to see Mag Max the movie.
Dude, Dynamite Ducks? What?
Dynamite Ducks.
Dynamite Ducks the movie.
Oh, I guess we're doing movie to video game right now. Vice versa.
Oh,
we're doing movie to video game.
Oh, you kidding me? That's tough. I wanted to go. I wanted to go the other way around.
Do it the other way around. Have fun with it. That's a fun question.
Okay, we'll do it the other way around then. Yeah, I want Micro Machines to be a movie.
That'd be fucking crazy.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
But make it like kind of Transformers.
Yeah, that's a long ass minute.
Okay,
dude.
fuck
I
you
know.
all. John, to you.
Okay, so are we doing movies to video or?
I'm sorry, Johnny. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, I'm gonna do both. Can I do both? Okay.
Both, go.
Okay, so video game to movie made with balloons. Make it a porno.
Oh, that's what that game was already.
Oh,
Yeah.
classic.
It
Okay.
was a porno.
And as far as movie to video game, I'd go with Rad Racing. 1980s movie, classic. That'd make a great BMX movie or game, I think. So, Johnny?
Gotta say, from video game to movie, I would pick my most hated video game of all time, and that'd be Double Dungeons, the movie. Double Dungeons coming this summer. All it is going through dungeons for like an hour and a half. It'd
No
be
plot,
incredible.
nothing.
No plot, no nothing. Wouldn't that be amazing? It starts off, it's black, and it goes, "Welcome to Double Dungeons," and it just opens up the door, and you go in. And you
2
just go through
hours.
dungeons.
2 hours of just
Fucking
darkness.
crawling through dungeons.
That'd be amazing. That's all I got. I don't have anything else to say. I'm done. Hey, fuck you, Whale, you son of a bitch.
What about
Pete?
Pete?
Wouldn't it be awesome to have a Shadow of the Colossus movie?
Oh my god.
Wow, yeah, that'd be good.
Imagine that. That would be so awesome.
James
in terms
Cameron.
Of movie
Yeah.
in terms of movie to game, how about a Blade Runner kind of game with some RPG elements in there, first person?
There
That'd be
was
cool.
one. Remember, there was an adventure game back in the PC back in the day, but I'd love a modern one. I was going to say that too. You know, it's funny you say that.
Very cool.
How faithful was it to the movie?
I think it was a very different storyline. I didn't have a PC back in the day,
No.
but a friend of mine did. I would see it at his place. It was a different storyline. You were hunting down replicants.
Are we
Sam.
talking about like Commodore 64 kind of PC, or are we talking about like what kind of PC?
Well, we're talking about probably somebody in the audience is going to be able to tell us. Blade Runner the game. Fine, maybe I have to type it up. Fuck you! I'm not answering the question. Son of a bitch.
Pete, do you have a question lined up, or
Suck my
I got
rectum.
one if you don't?
Yes.
Okay,
I
go
do.
for it.
Oh, sorry, that Blade Runner game was from 1997. For fuck's sake.
Oh, it's way
Fuck you
late.
all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Screw
I'm gonna have to look into that. This question is from Justin Bucci Carlino. He asks if there's only one pickup game. Wait, if you can only pick up one game to buy that's coming out or came out this year, what would it be? So, in other words, if you guys could only buy one game for this year out of all the releases, what would it be?
Fuck.
I would have to say The Last Guardian, because I am so interested in seeing how that game turns out. Everybody knows me with, Eco and Shadow of the Colossus. As much as I would love the Eco Shadow of the Colossus HD collection, I would I'd rather have The Last Guardian as my only pick for this year if I had to. What about you, Jason?
Well,
I think I know what it is.
You guys know my history with Duke. I'd have to pick up Duke.
You pick that over Battlefield?
Ooh.
You guys know my history with Battlefield. I'm going to have to pick Battlefield 3. I don't know what I would do. That's a really tough one. That's a really tough one.
Where's the
man.
whale? Come on. Just like
Fuck, that's been
I
like,
know,
it's been
shit.
like 25 seconds.
No, it had more than 25 minutes.
Bunch of assholes.
Ass.
Okay, Battlefield 3. I picked Battlefield 3. I mean Duke. John, to you.
Duke Field 3. I don't know, man. That's a really tough question. Man, I maybe Duke or I don't know. I'd go with Duke.
Let's
Nukem.
not forget about the 3DS games.
Oh yeah, that's right. 3DS.
Ocarina
How
of
about just the
Time,
3DS
3D?
system itself with Star Fox?
$1,800 or something. I think it was.
Yeah.
It's pretty cheap.
Okay, that's what I would do. The 3DS with Star Fox.
I can't believe none of you would say what I'm about to say. The Elder Scrolls 5.
Oh god, I don't know.
Easy.
It's tempting. Last Guardian and Elder Scrolls. Oh,
Elder
man.
Scrolls. I take that so far.
Point is, there's too many good games coming out. It's hard to choose just one.
But here's the thing. I kind of know the experience that Elder Scrolls 5 is going to be. Just based off of
What? Some
Elder
screenshots?
No, based off of Elder Scrolls 4. You kind of have an idea. It's going to be a really
I
great
understand.
version of Elder Scrolls 4. But the Last Guardian, we don't know. We don't know how the Last Guardian is going to be, so it's very mysterious.
Bar.
I have a question.
Okay, we have an answer, hopefully.
All right, this is from Oren O'Neill. What's the most used word in frustration? Pete, to you.
Huh?
Like gaming frustration.
Oh, gaming person.
Probably damn.
Oh, that's it, really?
Yeah. You guys thought you were going to get it out of me, didn't you? No.
We all
What
thought
about
we
you,
were going to
John?
get a fuck.
Is that it? Is that your response? You got to pass it forward
Yes,
to
that
someone.
is my response. It's off to John.
What the hell was the question again?
Most used word in frustration, gaming frustration.
Oh.
Fuck me in the ass.
I mean, yes. You know what? Probably. What the fuck? Fucking shit fuck. Yeah. I do a lot of swearing when I play video games. I'm pretty brutal, actually. I actually do. Everybody thinks of me as some super nice, happy guy, but I'm very angry when I play something. Actually, I'm very angry just playing games in general.
Angry.
So
console
answer the
gamer.
question, angry console gamer.
Angry console gamer now. Probably fuck. Fuck. What about you guys?
I'd probably say probably fuck or shit.
You like to say fuck?
I do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. You don't say shit more than fuck.
Shit fuck.
I have a problem saying them together. Yeah.
Yeah. Or aw shucks. Dag damn it.
What about you, Jason?
What the fuck? Yeah, only had like 20 seconds.
Yeah, he's fucking full of bullshit. This whale is full of shit these days.
Aw shucks. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I say fuck all the time. That's probably the bigger one. The big one there.
You say fuck the big one?
No, you know what I say a lot? I say god damn it all the time.
God damn it.
Yeah.
God
Mhm.
damn you.
Especially when I'm playing like Sonic Racing with all these fucks.
Yeah.
I'm like,
God.
I have to pick the girl that drives a freaking Volkswagen Beetle. It's just pissing me off. Everyone's like, "Oh, look at me, I'm Shadow. Look at me, I'm Sonic. Look at me, I'm Knuckles." Like I'm this stupid bitch on the back. Everyone's like passing me up, hitting me. I'm like, God damn it, fuck.
Oh, now he comes in. As soon as you
Right
finish, he's like,
afterwards.
oh,
Yeah, he doesn't,
Fuck you
interrupt
guys.
him.
You know what? Get a
So-
stopwatch and time me then. I'm being
So-
legit, very legit.
Okay, is that all 5 questions? I think quick draw, right?
Yeah.
And for
No,
those,
that was 4.
Oh,
Don't forget, with no guest today. Should we get a bonus question?
bonus question?
bonus
Bonus.
questions?
All right, who wants it?
Jason, go ahead.
All right, so here's the bonus question. What features do you want to see most in the next gen console?
who's asking this question?
Oh, this is Latchin Moffat Gray
Oh, thanks.
from Australia.
Oh, nice.
Don't yell at me in public.
He's telling you what to do.
I might do it.
He's telling you what to do, fool.
Pissing me off.
Good.
Well, you get to answer first then, Johnny.
What's the question? Do you even
I
like?
did,
Yeah,
what features?
Find out
God,
loud.
look at these people. God damn it.
Damn it. Fuck.
Shit.
God damn.
What features do you want most to see in a next gen console? Make it wild.
Make it wild.
That's what he said.
3D. I want to see more 3D in video games. Pete, what do you want to see?
I want to see games that support massive online multiplayer. I'm not talking Mags 256. I'm talking like 1,000 versus 1,000. Massive wars and Oblivion 8, or Elder Scrolls 8. That's what I want. Huge, epic online battles. The scale of an MMO, but in shooting games and racing games. And, that'd be awesome. Could you imagine, like, just say Grand Theft Auto, like, 6, where you're in the city and there's, like, 200 other people just running around, wrecking shit and driving everywhere? It'd be amazing.
Get the pun ready. Oh, he survived.
It's off to Jason.
Yeah, I want to see multiplayer to where like you get immersed in, like you sit in like an arcade cab, and like you're sitting in the same room with your buddy like back in the day when you used to play GoldenEye. Like you're right next to him. There's video, there's audio, there's everything. You're just surrounded by it. Yeah, that's what I want.
Oh yeah.
So I can sit in there fucking totally nude, totally naked. People can look at me and do all that. Oh, fuck it.
Hey, look, he cut himself off. What do you know?
Damn it.
Are you going to pass it to me or do I have to just jump in?
I don't know. Are you going to keep yelling?
I'm telling you what to do, fool.
Yeah.
John, up to you.
Johnny stole my answer with 3D, but I think it'd be cool to have like a suit that you'd wear that like you actually, if you get shot in the game, it like shocks you. Like zaps you.
John,
Like,
if there was a boxing game and we could put on like these suits, I would be punching your crotch for fucking 10 hours. 10 hours. You'd be passed out and I'd still be doing it in 3D, man. 3D. Your wife would be like, "Stop it! Leave my husband alone!" And I'd just be passion for an hour and a half. I'm telling you.
you sound just like my wife, dude. That's crazy. No, it's
Well, I kind of know,
no, that's what I do. Like a full body suit, but that's it. I'm not going over because Johnny. That's bullshit. Because Johnny took like 30 seconds of that.
In the crotch for that sound. I love it.
All right, and I guess you guys, this is all done on Facebook, right? So join our Facebook page. And
like us, like our old
like us on Facebook, yeah.
We post it on there when we're in the middle of recording it, and then you can put a question there, and we'll get it for the Wales Quick Draw.
Yeehaw!
Yeah.
So now it's the time for Love Talk with Johnny Millennium, Dr. Love. How you doing, Johnny?
I'm doing very well tonight, Gamester. How are you doing?
Fantastic. This is from Richard. His question is, so, if a girl says, stick it in her pooper, do you listen? Johnny, this is serious stuff.
This is a very unusual question, I gotta say. I quite like this question. It's quite entertaining to me. I'll read the question out again so we can all try to understand what this means. So it is, so, if a girl says, stick it in her pooper, do I listen?
Do you listen to it sticking in her pooper? I'm confused by the question.
I'm guessing that's what this is what she's asking. She's saying, hey, stick it in my pooper. And what are you going to say? Put your hands over your ears and go, no, I won't listen. No, it's not happening. Well, a man gets to a certain age and he has to take on certain responsibilities. And this is one question that I just can't answer straight. That's what I absolutely love. But if this is not for me, this is for Richard. This is advice for you. Should you listen? Yes, you should definitely listen to her. She wants it in her pooper. Is it something that I condone? It is not really. But if you so have that urge, you're a little scared. What I suggest you do, you just turn out the lights. Turn out the lights. Close the door. Put on some loud music. And do whatever comes natural.
Some air freshener.
What do you think, Gamester?
If she asks me to stick in her pooper?
Yeah, if this girl, this general girl, not your wife. We're talking this random girl says, Gamester, stick it in my pooper.
And this is hypothetical, right? Like I'm not married when I ask this question?
This is hypothetical. You're not actually cheating on your wife.
Yeah, I don't know. I would definitely need to get some lube or some
You're
shit.
Thinking about it. You're thinking about it.
Dude, I would put on my sandpaper condom when we go to town. That's fucked up. I'd take a shot of tequila and sure, why not? Whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
Pete, if you had this girl says to you, she's like, Peter Door, stick it in my pooper. What would you say?
Oh man, you people and your diseases. I would just say use protection.
Yeah, but she's asking you. She can't just use protection on her own. You're part of this. Okay.
I have no comment. I have no idea.
You never have a comment. I want a comment, Pete. I want a comment. Fine. I will go to the guru himself. Jason, some random girl in the universe is saying, Jason, please stick it in my pooper. I'm sorry about that. I hope that doesn't put you off.
Absolutely.
There we go. An honest man, an honest answer.
Without a doubt. People are out of your minds, of course.
I'm telling you guys, please, for everybody who listens to the podcast, these are some great questions. I love them. Please keep sending them in. Please keep sending them in. Any question that comes to mind about some sexual act that you were thinking about doing or some problem in a relationship, send it my way. Down the highway. Right into the pooper scooper.
I hope my wife's not listening to this podcast.
I'm here to assist and aid you in your times of need.
This is the one episode she chooses to listen to.
I know. My wife's like, John, honey, what's the deal with that end of the episode? I'm like, okay, it was hypothetical.
What the motherfuck?
And remember, honestly, this is another thing. Guys, if I do not have what it takes to answer the question, Pete will take it for me. Isn't that right, Pete?
Yes, that is right.
He'll handle it.
Yeah, he'll handle all the pooper questions. So thank you for making another fun love talk segment. Richard, your question was the greatest love talk question of all time.
Excellent.
I've got a tear in my eye. I do. Thank you. Until next time. Until next pooper.
No, thank you, Johnny. All right. Okay. So,
thank you, Gamester. Welcome to another episode of Gaming Piece Theater with Gamester 81. Gamester, what piece of gaming history are you going to share with us today?
So this question is from Mr. TechnoSqueak. I'm just joking. people got pissed, dude. They're like, they always ask us. Okay, this question is from the Raging Gamer TV, and he wants to know more about the R Zone, the Tiger R Zone.
You want to sit?
Yes.
Okay. On my lap?
Yes, please.
On over there, guys.
Ooh, are you happy to see me?
Very.
Okay. So, the Raging Gamer TV, he wants to know more about the Tiger R Zone. Do any of you guys own the Tiger R Zone out of curiosity?
No.
I've wanted one, but I only want the one that's the large tabletop one, not the one that goes over your eye.
Yes.
I got 3 of them in the other room.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in case of those listeners who don't know what the Tiger R Zone is, it was created by Tiger Electronics, which Tiger made those black and white LCD handhelds back in the 80s and 90s. I'm sure most of you guys remember those, right? Mm-hmm. And this is during the time, the mid-90s, when Nintendo was releasing the Virtual Boy, and virtual reality was huge. So Tiger wanted to capitalize on this, the success of the Virtual Boys, so they called it. And they decided to release this weird device called the R Zone. There's 3 different versions of the R Zone. The most common is one that was released in 1985, and it's like a headset you actually strap to your head. And it's hard to explain. It's almost without showing you guys a picture of it. But then there's like the screen, this little plastic screen that flips down in front of one of your eyes, and there's a mirror. And the games actually plug on your top of your head, the headset, and it's like a red. It's only in red, and it's LCD, so it reflects off the mirror into this little plastic thing. Does that make sense? So you guys kind of follow me here so far?
That's insane.
It's insane, right? So the amazing, crazy thing is they had like really great licensing for this game. They had Star Wars was a game, Virtual Fighter, Batman,
Knights in the Dreams, Panzer Dragoon.
Oh God, they had some heavy hitters.
They had some heavy hitters for this. Now the games are shit. I'll be honest with you.
Hey, what's what you're saying? I love some of those games, man.
Don't let the names deceive you, because they're absolutely garbage. And it's basically, imagine like the LCD Tiger games, right? Or same graphics, but this red. So they're kind of capitalizing the whole virtual, but it was really cool because it was reflecting, and it was only mono sound. The controller there's 4 buttons, like an A, B, C, D buttons on the right. There's a D-pad, and there's 6 more buttons on the bottom, which is like your on, off, your menu screen, stuff like that. And there's actually a slot, another slot you can put an extra game in there for. I think Batman was maybe one of the games that came with it. And it didn't sell very well. A couple years later, they released the Super. I think it's called the Super Screen, which is what Pete was referring to. And that is actually a little bigger model. It's almost like a tabletop. And actually, it plays the same games. And the screen is huge. I mean, the screen is probably, it's like a 4-inch screen. It's pretty large.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
And it's super rare. Even another rare one is called, I think it's called the XGP, I believe. Let me look this up real quick, just to double check. It is called the XPG. And that was released later on in its life. And that's just more of like a handheld a version. And there's like a mirror that pops up. And actually, that one actually could play color. They had like limited games that could actually, the background was in color, but the characters were still in red. So it didn't sell very well. I think it retailed for like $40. It was really cheap, flimsy machine by Tiger.
Oh, stop knocking it.
What's that?
Stop knocking it. I was a big fan of it.
I know it was Johnny's favorite system back in the day.
Yeah, one of them of all time.
Have you ever played the R-Zone, Johnny?
For hours, yeah. Spent a lot of time playing that.
Cool. I mean, it looks kind of weird. It's really weird, the reflection and stuff. And the thing is, you couldn't play really multiplayer on it, unfortunately. You couldn't save your games, which is a huge drawback. And you couldn't link up any systems. So that was a huge drawback. So obviously, the Game Boy dominated the market at this time, even the Game Gear, to some certain extent in this time frame. So that is Gaming PC Theater. That is a Tiger R-Zone. And please, guys, like Johnny said with the Left Talk questions, please keep these questions coming. I know it's died down, so a little disappointed in you guys. Keep it up.
Wait.
Yeah, we're disappointed in you guys. Fuck.
Here's the epic quote for Gaming Peace Theater. The games are shit.
I know. He's knocking that. I love that machine.
Games are shit.
I didn't even own one. I was kidding.
I was gonna ask you. I'm like, did you really like it?
No, I
never heard of anybody that really loved that.
I own two versions. I own the headset version. I own the Super Screen version. I'm looking for the XPG version.
Which would you say is more fun, the headset one or the Super Screen?
Headset's more fun, and it's more common. It's more common. You can get one fairly cheap on eBay. So I'm not sure, to be honest with you, I'm not sure what this thing retailed for. I know in eBay they sell for anywhere from like $20-$30, but when they first came out, I don't know how much this thing. So I take that back. I know I was thinking it sells now for $20-$30. I'm not sure how much it sells back in the day. Probably quite a bit. But it was actually Tiger's first move into like games with interchangeable games. They later released a Gamecom later on, much later on, but this is the first time Tiger actually was making, because at the time they had all those LCD screens, which, I mean, Tiger, they had a lot of cool licensed like LCDs. Let me ask you guys this. Do you guys have any Tiger games growing up, handheld ones?
Yeah.
I think everybody had those.
So which one were you most fond of playing? Which one comes to your mind?
Shinobi. I think the Shinobi one, if I remember right.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Pete?
The only ones I had, honestly, were the Sonic the Hedgehog ones, and out of those, my favorite was Sonic 2.
Okay. Fair enough. I had Larry Jordan versus Bird. That was a good one. And I had Street Fighter 2. Oh, and I also had remember the watches?
Oh my god, I remember that Street Fighter 2 one.
Yeah. And I had the watches too. I had like the Simpsons watch. I still have the Simpsons watch. Which is cool. Like kept time you put on your wrist and so you play it on your wrist. That's cool. It's pretty cool. How about Jason?
Yeah. I had a bowling one.
Oh yeah, that's like an old. That's like one of the first models, dude. The bowling, the tennis, like the generic sports ones.
Dude, yeah.
Do you still have that?
I'm sure that I do.
Probably worth some money. I'm telling you. Telling you. So,
yeah, it was a lot of fun. Good stuff.
Tiger made a whole bunch of cool things. They made the Skip It. You guys remember the Skip It?
Oh shit, yeah.
The Furbies. They made the Furbies and all that.
Oh
yeah,
man.
they made a whole bunch of cool shit back in the day.
Very nice.
We're gonna wrap that around your ankle.
Yeah.
Big old ball in the end. It's like ball and chain.
Ball and chain, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys. This is the section of the podcast where we talk about games we've been playing recently. And I'll start because I've actually been working to fix my computer. So again, I've been doing that. But I did stop and pick up Dragon Quest VI. And just a little bit of information for everybody out there. The game was supposed to come out on Valentine's Day. But I got Rob did a status update on Facebook. And he's like, it launched early. And this was on the Friday. And EB Games did what was called a soft launch of the game. And I guess Square Enix said, hey, you know what? It's supposed to be on Monday, but hey, let it out the door now. We're not bothered. So I ran up there with a girlfriend. She picked up a copy. I picked up a copy. And I don't know if you can get it down there. Probably the same thing. GameSpot or whatever. you get a slime plushie if you pre-order the game. So we each got one of those. So that was kind of cool. I played a little bit of it. I like it. I'm a big fan of Dragon Quest. So that's all I've been playing recently. John Gamester81, what have you been playing?
I finally beat God of War 3.
Yay!
Yeah. See, when
You
I
did
play,
it. I kind of stopped.
when I
get back to
so
it.
the thing is, guys, when I play a game, I play a chapter here, I play a chapter, then I put down and play another game. I don't like sit and play it entirety, right? So it took me a while to play it, but I finally beat it. And I don't want to do any spoilers, but the ending is interesting. So Johnny, how far are you from beating it?
I get to the section where you have to push the stairs, and it kind of triggers like little waterfalls into the, you know what I mean?
You're good like 2-3 hours away, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
But,
I feel it.
So, but here's the deal: like, if the ending dragged on for a long time, I'm like, holy shit! I'm fighting Zeus. You know, he's the final guy. I mean, that's not a spoiler or anything.
That's not a spoiler.
But like forever. Like you're like, okay, am I done? And it went on forever. So, the ending is cool. It was a good ending. Nice. Beat that game. Playing some more Gran Turismo 5. Really enjoying that. The only thing about the game I don't like and this is always an issue I have with every Gran Turismo game I play, is not so much the licenses, but this there's different stages in this one where you have your NASCAR, you have your go-karts, whatnot, right? And it's such bullshit because you're racing in this thing, and they won't. If you go off course, you fail, or if you bump someone, or if they bump you, you fail. You know, and you're supposed to. They start you like in 16th position. Like there's this one where you're these Volkswagen bugs, these old school, not bugs, but Volkswagen buses, the old school 1961. And there's you're in 12th place. They put you in 12th place, and your goal is to get into at least 5th place within 3 laps. But you all go the same speed, so the object is who can make the turns better, essentially. But it's so hard not to bump these cars, and it's so hard not to go off road. And it took me forever. And then it goes on to a Lotus. The next one's like a Lotus, and then you're a lot faster, and that's so frustrating. That's my only gripe about the game. The music's not very good in the game either. I like the original Gran Turismo 3 and 4. The music was really good. They had garbage and stuff. You guys remember that? You guys ever played those games?
Yeah, I played a little bit.
Soundtracks are amazing. This game not so much. This is elevator music. But the game itself, the graphics are amazing. I really have been enjoying this game. I haven't played too much online, to be honest with you. I know there's a big community online. They have an online dealership where you can actually they update it. You can buy used cars online. But I was thinking, it'd be really cool for them to do is it'd be cool to have a marketplace where people can sell their cars, and then you can get credits. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
because you earn credits, you make credits. That'd be cool if you could go on and sell your car that you soup up, and you can sell it to a marketplace. That'd be really cool. But I don't
selling it as is, how they did it, right?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you say you buy a Honda, then you soup it up, and you race it for a while because it keeps track of your mileage, and you have to do oil changes and shit. But it'd be really cool if you actually sell it to if you go onto a marketplace and sell it onto somebody.
Sorry, John, wasn't that some of the stuff about this current generation, that we would be able to do things like that? Pete, do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I thought this generation I remember in Tony Hawk, you can design your own skateboard and trade it with your friends, and I thought it'd be a lot more interactive stuff.
Now I never played it actually, but Forza Motorsport 3, I thought they had something like that where you can design your own cars and sort of sell them or trade them or something like that.
Oh, really?
I know they had some kind of feature along that line. Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Another game I'll have Jason explain a little bit more detail when he says is TNT Racers. About that. I was playing with Jason and stuff online. It was a pretty fun game, but I'll have him explain that in more detail when he talks about his games. Oh, speaking of games, also I downloaded, this is an indie game, and I really recommend it. I downloaded it yesterday. It's only for $1, 80 Microsoft points. And guys, I know, Pete, I was talking to you about this last night, but it's called, let's see if I can get this name right because it's kind of confusing. It's called Adam Hawkins and 1,000 Spikes. Have you guys heard of this game?
No,
what's going on?
Adam Hawkins and 1,000 Spikes. It's, if you guys like retro, side-scrolling, almost like Prince of Persia style games, check this game out. It's really retro. It's got an 80s 8-bit 80s feel to it. The music's all 8-bit. The graphics are in 8-bit. And you're this guy. They give you 1,000 lives when you start. This is how hard this game is. They give you 1,000 lives, and the object is to collect this key. and unlock the door. So that's how you unlock the stage. There's different stages, but you got a weapon, and there's like scorpions as enemies, but you have spikes everywhere, and it's super hard. I know, Pete, you were playing it last night for a little while. What are your thoughts of the game when you were playing it? I know you're like, shit.
I thought it was I was actually really impressed with it. It was really polished. It felt like, an old school, say, NES title, but with like crazy difficulty. It's like Super Meat Boy difficult. I died like 50 times on the first level before I finally finished it. It is a lot of trial and error, so you're not going to go to a new level and beat it the first time through. It's more of learning where the spikes come up, where you got to wait and time your jumps and everything. And it was a lot of fun. The music was really great. It was retro 8-bit style. It was fun. I'm going to buy it for $1 eventually.
For $1.
For sure.
It came out last month. I think it came out January 18th last month, but it's Aban, A-B-A-N, Hawkins, and 1,000 Spikes.
Interesting.
So that's kind of been it. I've been playing more Donkey Kong Arcade, of course. And GoldenEye for the Wii. I've been playing that quite a bit. I actually really like that game. I know, Jason, you have that game as well. It's kind of a nice mixture of Call of Duty meets old school GoldenEye. Different elements and stuff. I know it didn't get the greatest reviews from reading up on it, but I think it's definitely worth checking out for the Wii. It's probably one of my favorite shooters for the Wii. I would say that at least. So, Jason, how about you, buddy?
I've been playing not a whole lot this week, but I have played 2 new games. And I know last time on the podcast when we hit you, we were talking about a new game coming out, TNT Racers. So yeah, we've been playing it with John and Pete. We did some streaming, playing that with my cousin Dirty Dongles and Tony Yippee and a whole bunch of other people. Been getting down on that. It's actually a very, very good game. Little small gripes here and there, but I mean, for what it is, it's just a wonderful experience all the way around. Plays exactly like Micro Machines, meets RC Pro-Am with online gameplay, just as Pete mentioned earlier. It's a great game. I think everyone should download it. And you can have up to 4 players. And so I've been playing that. It's a great game. Let's see. I did download Outrun on Xbox Live.
Outrun 2, right?
Outrun.
Isn't
it
that
Outrun
a great
2?
game, Jason? Isn't that great?
Oh my god, I love it. It's like
Awesome.
it's like an arcade perfect port of it. It's a great game.
It's a beautiful looking game. Sorry, I have to say it's beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And you have it? Let's play it sometime.
Yeah.
Let's play it.
Can you play? Can you race against?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could race against other people.
Yeah, it's online.
How many players?
I don't know. This is what I don't know.
Let's look this up afterwards.
Wait, do you have it, Pete?
I do, yeah.
John, do you have it?
No, but I need to get it.
Okay. Well, we should look into that.
Yeah.
Because it has that Outrun continuous mode. And it just keeps going.
I didn't know you could play. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh God, yeah.
I have the demo. I bought the demo of it. And
I'm a huge fan of the Outrun series. I mean, from the arcades. I mean, I grew up playing them. You know what I mean?
Classic.
So, I picked that up, and it was fairly cheap, and love it. Love it.
$10?
It's 10.
Yeah.
I think it's 800 Microsoft points.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than just those 2, really, I've been pretty busy. Other than that, let's try that sometime. Let's get online. 6 players. John, you gotta get it.
Oh, we got
game. Let's do it.
Wow, that would be awesome. That is just such a drifting, magnificent game.
I love it because that's the only thing I like in Ridge Racer. I love drifting in your car. I love that. And Outrun does it better than anything.
It really does.
Didn't someone? I heard from someone that Sega's thinking about maybe stopping the online support for that this year.
What?
Who told me that? Pete, did you tell me that?
I mentioned that. Well, I think what it was is they're taking the game off of Xbox Live at the end of the year because their licensing agreement with Ferrari is up. So if you want to buy this game, just make sure you buy it sometime this year.
Oh, fuck.
Everyone get on that, man. 6 players? That's great. I mean, we could host rooms doing that.
Dude,
stream that.
Jason, GameWorks over here has a sit down. Like it's like a 6-player Outrun 2 cab, but the it's hard to explain, but they're motion like sensitive.
Are those the ones that you actually like sit in?
You sit down, 2-passenger one in the car. They actually replicate the Ferrari.
That's a GameWorks?
GameWorks. It's
dude,
unfreaking believable.
We have to hit that up then because that's amazing. I love those. And I haven't seen them in years.
And it's actually when you steer, it steers in all motion, and I can sit 2 people in one chair, so you and I can sit in the same car. Be awesome. I'm just
You can sit on my lap, right?
serious.
Wouldn't it be funny where Game Works, people come around the corner, here we are, just Dumb and Dumber sitting in there like, we're playing Outrun.
I don't know how much it costs. I'm sure it's like $5 to play. I have no idea.
Well, whatever. At least a few rounds would be fun.
A few rounds would be fun, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's do that then. Let's play.
For sure, man. This weekend.
Cool.
Let's do it up.
We need to get back to playing Border Break. Sorry, Border Break.
Borderlands.
What the fuck is it? Borderlands.
Yeah,
what
let's
the
do
hell
it.
am I- Yeah.
Yep.
Got to do that one night.
Co-op.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
that a lot.
If you're up for Thursday night, I'm clear Thursday night. Whatever.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
I'm down.
We'll figure it out.
You can just talk to me on Skype about it.
Screw you. Okay. I like that idea.
Johnny, what you been playing?
I thought I answered what I've been playing.
Well, yeah, you did.
Were you not listening to me again?
I never listened to you, dude.
I know. What do you say?
So has everyone gone?
No, we saved the best to last. P-Door.
Not too much, honestly. I obviously just got Marvel vs. Capcom. I've been finishing up more of Darksiders. I'm almost at the end of that. I'm in the last dungeon. I'd probably say halfway through. What the hell else? StarCraft 2 as usual. I get my daily doses of that. I started playing Marvel Blast Ultra as well, the Xbox Live Arcade game I mentioned on the last podcast. Made a couple of people download it, and I mentioned it last podcast what it's all about. But the online for that game is still active. We hopped on there and we had a full room of 8 players at one point. Still other lobbies up besides mine, so it's a very active online game. 400 Microsoft points, a lot of fun. Really, really enjoyed that. And I think that's about it from the last time we recorded. I haven't really played that much recently.
As far as new games, yeah.
As far as anything, really.
Hey, guys, real quick before we end this podcast, I do want to say a big thank you to Ross Allman. He helped me with my new logo. I don't know if you guys saw my new logo.
Yeah, I did. Looks good.
He's very talented. His YouTube channel is called Rossages. So you guys can check that out. ROSS, I think ROSSAGUES, I believe, Rossages. And really talented guy. I appreciate Ross for your help. Thank you very much for the logo. It looks great. So
yeah, it's cool. I liked it. Yeah.
He not only did that, he helped me with my Star Wars Nut 77 one and my Nostalgiaholic channel as well logo. So super nice guy.
Rocking.
Let's just give a reminder to everybody out there that's listening that we do have a page on YouTube now for All Gen Gamers. Not just our channels, it's a general channel where Jason every week on Mondays posts a preview of the show that's going to be coming out, so you can kind of get a taste and a tease for what's coming up. And we are uploading some exclusive content on there. Like Gamester has posted a review for Maids with Balloons.
I saw that. I love that.
And I'm sure more could be coming on there in the future. But if you want to head on over there, it's All Gen Gamers is the the channel for the podcast over there. You can subscribe and be sure to check out those trailers that come out. And usually they highlight some of the more funny stuff that's coming out. So be sure to do that.
And yeah, I'm going to do some exclusive videos as well, and they're not going to be pornographic because I know Jason was worried I was going to do something pornographic. I would never do that, Jason. I'm saying it in front of everybody. I would never do that.
When she says
it's
do
another
it in
great,
the
I think it's another
pooper.
great way for us to get feedback from you guys, along with, on iTunes, posting comments on that. We appreciate that. And our forums, Peak Game Rooms forums. We're on Facebook, and we're also on Twitter, so don't forget that too. Twitter.
You can interact with us in so many ways.
So many ways.
So many.
But the best way would be on the forums, like Gamester said.
Yep.
And if you can't remember Pete's Game Room forum, just go to allgengamers.com, and there's a link to the forum directly right there on the top middle of the page.
Come say hello.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
We had a guest lined up for this episode too, but
Yeah, we had some audio technical difficulties, but we'll have it sorted out hopefully soon.
So episode 30, guys.
Yay!
The All Gen
Yay.
Gamers podcast. What
Amazing. I can't wait for the next episode when we're like, I can't believe it's episode 31. Can you believe that, Jason?
the heck? I'll be like, guys, congratulations, it's 31.
Oh my God. Yay. We'll do the same thing again. We'll probably do that forever.
Why don't we
We're,
just do that
really
every
schizophrenic
episode?
up.
Yeah, why not?
31, yeah.
I can't believe it's 45.
Yeah.
I think there was a war in that year.
Can't believe that. Pete, can you believe it?
Yes.
Oh, you can.
That's amazing.
Then I can as well.
There's some gaming podcasts out there like are episode 200 plus.
I know
Video
this
Game
is,
Outsiders are up there.
Oh, shit.
Orange Lounge Radio, which I believe could possibly be the longest running video podcast themed around video games. I think they just did episode 450.
Jesus.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah, weekly podcast. Awesome guys.
What a
Shout out to
blabber.
them. Yeah, at Orange Lounge Radio. Really, every week they do it live. Got to give them a lot of credit. Really fun to listen to.
I just want to throw something in at the end of this podcast because we can actually talk about it right now because this is not going to be up for a week. And by the time everybody hears this episode, we'll all know because me and Pete have been following it. I'm absolutely going to bid on this. I'm going to bid up to $300 on it. But Shenmue, a copy of Shenmue signed, is on eBay right now, and it's at $51. It's $51 right now, but it's got like 200 views. Everybody's sitting waiting to the last minute on this fucker. And me and Pete were looking, and Pete linked me. There was some shirts, some Shenmue shirts. This is anybody who's interested in Shenmue. And what was the last shirt that sold? It was
The
still
first one sold
$200.
for 100, and the second one sold for 200.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Signed by the programmers or who?
No, the shirts are not. The shirts are just the original. They were a pre-order bonus or something. Pete, what was the?
I don't remember. I just think it was a promo shirt for the game.
Promo shirt.
That's amazing.
It really is.
And who's it? What's the game signed by? Who's it signed by?
Yu Suzuki. Because I'm a big fan.
That's cool.
He's the guy who did Outrun.
Yeah.
Jason.
Okay. Yeah. How do you know it's
Why
legit?
Because
It's
it's
from the
actually
personal collection of, the guy, what's his name? Stephen L. Kent, that wrote the Ultimate History of Video Games books. It's from his personal collection, so he actually personally got these signatures
Wow,
himself.
that's pretty awesome. Hey, good luck with that, man. We're anxious to hear how it goes down.
Well,
Yeah,
next
I
week
I planned on bidding $302 on it, so we'll see how it goes.
you fucking guy.
No, I'm-
I come over to your house and get that Sonic glass and scratch over your head. Be so pissed. I don't know. I'll do 300. And obviously, if a shirt went for 200, we were talking about this earlier. This fucking game is going to go for like $500 signed. And it's amazing because when Shenmue first came out, I remember the first week it came out. I looked on eBay. This is like 11 years ago now, and there was a copy signed, and that was going for like $90 only. I think it sold for about 100, 90, 100, not more than that though. And look at now, where so many Shenmue fans are looking back and are really nostalgic about that game, and also because it kind of feels like the end of Sega. You're never going to get Shenmue 3. It's become quite the cult game, and it's driven the cost of this stuff up. I can't believe how the cult status Shenmue's at right now. It's amazing. It's all these crazy fans like me. Like me,
Me.
like me, and I'm gonna fight for the Shenmue signed. I don't think I'll win it, but I'm working on getting this new computer together and all that. If I wasn't getting the computer together, I'd probably go up to 500. Good fighting chance. So next week we'll find out if I'm the loser, which I will be. I think.
How much time's left in it?
There's a couple of days left. 3 days, I think. Let me have a
let
look
me
here.
see. 2 days, 20 hours. Currently $51.
He's like one click away from that. Do you see that? He's like 2 days, 20 hours, 17 seconds. Yeah, it's at $50. It's at $50.99. Reserve not met. So he's probably got the reserve set for about $100 to $200. And everybody's sitting on it. Sorry. Anyways, we'll find out next week what happened with the signed copy of Shenmue.
I just bought this today. California Speed for Nintendo 64.
Standy?
Stand up.
Oh, how big is it?
Standy. It's 5 feet.
Oh, geez.
5.5 feet.
You know what's disappointing?
It's got this like hot blonde on there with this yellow mini skirt.
I've actually I've done something I'd never thought I'd have to do, but I have thrown out, and I did this weeks ago, so I'm totally over it. But I've thrown out my original God of War 1 standee.
What?
That I had for years.
Why'd you throw it out? That's all.
It takes up so much room, and I'm like, I wouldn't mind selling it, but to ship a standee that's already been opened up and put together, and it was kind of a little beat up, I'm like, it wouldn't even be worth it. Not for the shipping and having to take it to UPS and package it up. I'm like, I'm just folded it up, threw it out.
Yeah, you got to find out what they're selling for, what they're worth.
They weren't. I mean, there was one.
Standees are.
There was like a new one on eBay. I think it was like $100. No one even bid on it. And it's funny because it's like
It's a lot of
put
work.
it out on the curb, and it's like you got to make sure no one can see it because it's like someone drives by. It's like, what the fuck is that? It's like holding some bald white guy holding a Medusa head. It's like, I don't want them knowing that's up in here. But yeah, I threw out my
Door's house, that is.
my God of War standee, and I did. Here's another thing, another piece of history gone. I sold my huge Sonic the Hedgehog plush. Not really, I mean, I don't know, it just took up so much room, and I wasn't appreciating it as much as I used to when I had a place to kind of put it comfortably, and it was kind of just falling around, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to sell it, give it to someone that can appreciate it. And luckily it did go to someone that seems like they really can appreciate it and is a fan of my channel.
Did you get a good money's worth out of that?
Put it this way, what I got out of it, I made money back from what I paid for it. Definitely, I paid $50 for it when I first got it. They typically sell for anywhere between $100 and $200, so I got $130 for it, which I think is a good deal for them and for me.
Shipping's probably horrendous.
Shipping was like $40.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I remember
PS Ground or something.
Yeah,
I remember seeing that. I think Digital Press. I saw that with Chris.
yeah, they have the same one there. Yeah.
Speaking of Chris, I'm glad he's feeling
Yeah,
better. If you're listening,
absolutely.
Chris, that's fantastic, man.
Spider-1
Great
A,
news.
He just put up a new video showing his collection back at the old place that he lived at. So that's really cool. Good for him. Glad he's back. Now I hope he doesn't waste any more time. He gets back to reviewing, for crying out loud. It's not wasting everybody's time. So this old being sick. I'm sick for 2 months business. Get over it. Let's get back to reviewing. I'm only kidding. I'm joking, obviously. I'm glad he's back. Sure.
Guys, it's been fun.
Like always.
Definitely.
We'll be back next week with the guests, and
Yeah.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
I know everybody out there hates our guests, actually absolutely despises them. But no, we love having guests on the show. It keeps it fresh.
People
for us.
despise it. No, I don't. There's some hate about the guests, really?
Not that much. There's like a couple of people out there that prefer when it's just us talking, but honestly, we don't really care. We love the guests, and we want to bring them on.
I like it.
We love it either way. I mean, what the
I
hell?
like guests.
It makes it like Pete said. I think it makes it refreshing and get different perspective to the conversation. And I know we have, between the four of us, we have a laundry list of names we want to bring on the show. So
We'll get there. We're gonna get everybody on.
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys. Have a fantastic day, evening, morning, whatever.
Yeah.
And
And have it.
keep the questions coming on the forums too, guys. We'll get to them.
Don't tell them what to do.
I'm telling what to do.
Pete, you want to play Outrun tomorrow?